Hello everyone and welcome back to Trailblazer Reloaded. So in the first episode, I managed to unlock my first 5 relics, with the latest one being Bloodthirsty here, which hopefully will pay off, as well as my first 2 regions, Asgardia and the Caridian Desert. Between episodes, I have been working on a few little odds and ends tasks, mainly just like processing some stuff for crafting and some other things like that, and I managed to get a bit closer towards my next area unlock, so hopefully that's not too far off. But one thing I did want to show real quick at the start of the episode is my bank, because I did use Fire Sale to stock up on more runes from Ali Morrison, so looking pretty good there now. I don't think there's too much else to know. I did remember to get the Ring of Shadows, but I still do need to go buy the Ancient Staff, and I think that's about it. There might be one or two other little things here. But yeah, so one thing I do want to do this episode, or to start off this episode I should say, is I want to take these Chaos Runes and go get Toggle with them. I think I'm one task off the Karamja Easy Diary, which should give me more for selling the Chaos Runes. But yeah, there are tasks for equipping Obsidian Cape, equipping all the Obsidian weapons, even though I don't quite have the attack level for that yet, as well as just buying an Onyx. And I actually can make an Onyx Amulet right now, even though I don't have the magic level to enchant it. So that should be some really easy points, and it's just something I've been meaning to do. So I think that's what I'm going to start with. You know, in retrospect, I probably didn't need to buy nearly this many Chaos Runes, because I sold like 100k and I got more than enough Toggle for everything I should need. Also, I forgot how much experience the Diary Lamp would give for Herblore, so looking forward to claiming the other diaries now. But yeah, if I trade this NPC here, I should be able to buy buy an Onyx. I actually want to buy 2, and I am hoping that if I chisel this here, it should give me an extra. Yes, I got an extra one. Okay, so I grabbed the other Onyx as well as the gold bars and changed to 1. This would be very bad with my relic if I didn't do that. And let's see, I want to make an Onyx Amulet, which I think is another task. Maybe I need to string it or equip it or something. I want to make a bracelet because this will be my best in slot. And I also do want to make a necklace because the Berserker necklace with the armor goes pretty strong. And, oh, got another necklace. Don't think that's going to come in handy, but I have a second one now. The only problem is I can't enchant this stuff yet. So, yeah, I'll need to work on magic next. And let's see, ball of wool, string of that. And there we go, craft an Onyx Amulet. That's another 200-point task. Don't think equipping any of this does much. And I can equip the Obsidian Cape, though. I can also equip the Maul, but I cannot equip the rest of this stuff yet. But there is a task for the shield, dagger, and sword, so I'll be knocking those out later. But now I need to find a way to trade up my magic. Well, that figures. So right after I get all the Onyx stuff, I finally managed to get a Dragon Stone. Well, at least this is still useful because I can, you know, make the glory now, and there are tasks for glory, because I still don't have the magic level to enchant the Onyx stuff. But yeah, I was going around trying to knock out some easy tasks, and a lot of them turned out to not be as easy as I thought they'd be. Like, get the Incando Hammer here. That took me hours, and it definitely was not worth it for 10 points, but oh well. So yeah, if I get the Chisel here, can I get a second Dragon Stone? That's the question. Oh, I did. Woo. So that means I can make both a Glory and a Combat Bracelet now, which are the only 2 items I need unless I really want to go for a Ring of Wealth. So yeah, well, at least I can get some upgrades now. It might look a little silly, but I actually think this is my current best in slot gear. But that's about to change, because I have been working on some questing, and I can complete Heroes quests now. So if I just finish up this quest real quick, a whole bunch of experience drops across several skills. And now I believe that took me to 60 attack, as well as a bunch of other levels I'll have to look over in a second. And that means I can now wield Dragon Longsword. That's a dragon weapon. I forgot that was even a task, but I think this is actually my current best in slot weapon, because the obsidian weapons will be better. Like, the mace here is actually insane with the armor and necklace, but I don't have them yet. But I also can equip this and this for another couple tasks. And I forgot my glory, but now that I can get in here, I can charge a glory. So yeah, I'll probably go charge a glory and get another task knocked out. I figured I should give a quick update because I've been working on a lot of skills and I'm getting close to my next relic. So if you head in the player around house here, I did try training up a bit with the bag plants, and it's okay. Not as great as you might think, but it's at least a pretty viable method to train up. So yeah, this is the garden where I used to train it. I can fill my water buckets in the sink here, and I have a glory over here for telling out. But once I got my construction up a bit, I decided to upgrade the player around house. I have some portals here, I have a restore spool for my spec, an altar for my prayer, there, and this lone portal here, but don't worry, when I get my next region, we'll be able to put another portal or two in here, maybe even replace this one. So, yeah, but the player on house is probably not going to change too much more than this. I will try and get an achievement gallery just so I can have those teleports, even though I have them on my necklace here. And aside from that, I also started doing birdhouse runs, because now that I have player on house, I was able to make the clockworks, and there were some tasks for doing birdhouse runs. And then I did some AFKing, because at work I was able to AFK and do some wood cutting, so I got my wood cutting and fire making up a good bit, and a good bit of logs banked here, partially to also help fund the birdhouse runs. And I also was AFKing to get squirks, and that's how I got my thieving up, and also I was alching while I did it and got my magic up. And it turns out squirks are a really good experience. Like, a lot better than I was expecting them to be, because when I turned in the 25 autumn squirks for the task, it jumped me up from like 64 to 74 thieving. So I did end up getting all the summer squirts I needed, and then some. But I'm going to wait till I get the 16 times experience to turn them in, because this should get me all the way from 74 to 91 so I can go to the final room of plunder for those tasks. So yeah, those are the various odds and ends skilling stuff I've been working at, as well as various other tasks. But now I think it's time to get the last 100 points to unlock the next relic. And there is the final task I needed for my tier 6 relic. So the tier 6 relics are kind of an odd bunch because, well, you'll see, they're all very different. Usually they go with a theme of like all skilling, all teleport, all kind of utility, all combat. Kind of like tier 5, these are a bit all over the place. So Equilibrium, pretty much just more experience. And honestly, I really don't care about more experience because, you know, 16 times, 12 times, that's already more than enough experience for me. I don't care about boosting it further. Farmer's Fortune is really good. It makes crops or any farming paths instantly grow with 3 times yield and faster gather rate. Now this would be really good also, they never die, and a chance to get seeds back. Now this would be amazing, but I already took Bloodthirsty, and while this would mean I could grow my herb seeds quicker, it kind of also means all that snakegrass and limpet roots and white berries that I'll be getting are not nearly as useful if I can instantly grow seeds with a whole bunch more yield. So that leaves Ruinous Powers, the one I wanted to get because, well, spoiler, I'm not picking Kandarin as my final region, which means I will not get access to Piety. But if I pick Ruinous Powers, I can get access to a stronger prayer. So I actually haven't really seen these. I never even played much around with the beta, but I was involved when they were trying to design these. But I think it's this one, yeah, Decimate. So this is 25% attack and 27% strength. Compared to Piety, this is really good, even though it lacks the defense bonus and it's a higher level. So, yeah, I currently can't even use any of these prayers, but when I get into PVM later, this is going to be very big and make my build so much stronger. So I think it's definitely the right play, because I do want to get to a lot of bossing. So to work on some tasks, I thought I'd come here and start doing temporals, because there's some KC tasks here as well as the items, and also could get a bunch of combat achievements here as well for tasks. And I decided to loot with my 23 permits, you know, just to see if I got anything. Yeah, I got a Tome of Water. I still don't even have any pages, but does this count? Okay, that does count as a league task to equip a Tome of Water. A Tome of Water that has no pages yet, but hey, I'm not going to complain about getting lucky. So, yeah, I guess I need to do more temporals to get some pages to put in it, but this will be pretty nice. I mean, it's not that great because I also do have, you know, fire sale for unlimited water runes, but it will be kind of nice, I guess, for bursting later on, or if I do ice burst. So, I don't know. Hey, at least it's league points. So I woke up today to learn about a new fire sale magic method and used it to get 84 magic, which means I can now enchant my onyx jewelry. So pretty much the method is you can buy law runes and stuff from Ali Morrisane or other shops, and then tune portals in your player-owned house, because it takes 100 times the rune but gives 10 times the experience, so normally it's not very good, but 10 times the experience of a teleport's pretty fast experience. I was getting around like 2 to 3 mil per hour, and since I have fire sale, the cost is not that big of a factor. It's not the most fun method, but it definitely is pretty quick, and it was a decent way to train up. So if I drink this, I should be able to enchant these now. So there we go. Fury, Regen Bracelet, and might as well just enchant both Berserker necklaces. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a task for any of these, but hey, it's at least better equipment for when I get back to doing some combat. So I did some Guardians of the Rift trying to knock out some rune crafting tasks. I actually didn't get that many tasks, but I got a bunch of rune crafting levels. But I still have been working on tasks, and when I loot this should be, there it is, 30 orange salamanders, which was the final task I needed to unlock my next area. So, Choices, choices. So I have Asgarnia and Desert. In the last Trailblazer, I did Kandarin, Asgarnia, and Fremnik, but the popular build was Kandarin, Asgarnia, and Mauritania. The reason I didn't pick Mauritania then is because I just didn't see myself doing a lot of Theater of Blood and, you know, Frasani's Nightmare and that stuff, and I felt Barrows really wasn't needed because I could just go for God of War's Dungeon. Fremnik was kind of a weird pick at the time, though, because it was really just DKs and Vorkath, but it has got so much more content since then. However, this league, I am not going to go back to Fremnik. I already picked Asgarnia again. I want to avoid picking similar reasons, even though I was really tempted to go Fremnik. This time, I am going Mauritania. So there it is, my final region unlocked, and a region I have been waiting a while to get to. There is Mauritania. So the reason I picked this, I mean, there's a lot of reasons, but one, I think I am a lot more eager to try stuff like Theater of Blood for Sonny's Nightmare. Like, it's been a while, I'm a bit better at PVM, and I think in this league, I at least will tackle them a bit. But one, the melee relic and other relics this time with barrows like Darox just sounds really fun. Two, if it might have been a little obvious from picking Bloodthirsty, Mauritania has a ton of superior creatures, and it also has the Black Mask, which is kind of why I wanted to go with the Slayer relic, even if it's not as good as last time. And yeah, there's just a lot of other cool content in Mauritania. It just seemed like the better overall pick for a melee build. So yeah, let me head to Mauritania, and we can start knocking out some more tasks there to work towards the next relic. I will say, it is very nice to finally have all the teleports in my Globetrotter unlocked now. Stuff like the Salve Graveyard was part of the reason I picked this from the beginning, and now I can finally access them. But the first thing I want to do in Mauritania is get a Slayer task. Now, I could do this remotely, and I don't want to skip it, or I didn't want to do it remotely just in case it didn't count for the task here. But even though I could skip it, actually, let me see, how many reward points do I have? I have enough I could skip it. I'm really not a big fan of Anku, but I think I am going to try and do this task at least, just because I want to save up points for the Herb Sack, Rune Pouch, and some of these other unlocks here. Because even though I get a lot, yeah, I don't think I can skip willy-nilly if I want to unlock all that stuff. But right now, my goal is going to be to try and get the Slayer up so I can kill Cave Horrors for a Black Mask. I think it's, yeah, right down here, so only a few levels. This task would probably even get me there. And I also want to see if I can get my Strength up to 70 so I can get into Warriors Guild and start working towards my Defender. Because once I get the Black Mask and my Defender, I'm going to be so much stronger, and then I can really start grinding Slayer. So I might have got a bit sidetracked, as you can probably tell by the fact I'm cooking sardines in the Rogue's Den instead of, you know, doing Slayer or the other stuff I mentioned in the previous clip. But pretty much I was continuing to work on tasks around Mauritania, and I realized that before I do the Anko task, it would make sense to do the Haunted Mine so I can get a Salve Amulet since I won't have a Slayer Helm. And the Salve Amulet will give me enough strength levels to get 70 so I can get in the Warriors Guild. But then as I was going around and doing tasks, I ended up getting 70 anyway, so now I can go in the Warriors Guild. And, I don't know, just a whole bunch of things. I ended up doing Ghost Ahoy and some other quests, ended up working on achievement diaries. I actually finished a few achievement diaries, and I do get the points for the league task, but I still haven't claimed the lamps because I thought it would be better to wait till I get 16 times experience to claim the lamps. I don't know, pretty much, it's been a kind of incoherent and scattered brain of a night where I've just been going around and doing a bunch of different things, but I felt I probably should give a bit of an update just because there's a good chance the next clip isn't going to be what you thought it would be. But yeah, I don't know. At the moment, I'm interested in continuing to cook because I wanted to cook more of these fish. I know there's a task for cooking carabrons and sharks, and I just wanted to have more food in general because, I mean, I do have a decent bit of carabrons left, but yeah, I'm running a bit lower on food, and except for sardines. I have way too many sardines. Oh, by the way, the sardines are apparently like 10 mil experience per hour with the Prodigy relic here, so if you can buy a bunch of knowledge sardines, definitely not a bad way if you wanted to get some quick cooking levels. So yeah, but I'm going to cook up this food, and then I think I'm actually, I don't know, I'm either going to do Haunted Mine or I'm going to head to the Warriors Guild to work on my Defenders now. But before I do Defenders, I would like to try and get a Rune Full Helm. I do have one giant key I got off a Hill Giant from I don't know when, so I might try and kill Obor to see if I can get a Rune Full Helm there. If not, I might just kill something like a Greater Demon or whatever drops them. So yeah, but that's how things have been going, and also I don't plan on getting 99 cooking now, but there's a good chance I'll at least get into the 90s. I'm at least going to cook enough Karambons for the task and maybe these other fish. Okay, so that is not a Rune Full Helm. I mean, oh, there is a task for it. Wow, I didn't think there was a task for it. Well, I guess I don't have to grind out Old War later. I mean, maybe if I need combat achievements. But yeah, Hail Giants Club. I think it is a boosted drop rate, so it's not that crazy lucky, but it's still hilarious to get on 1 kill count. I guess I need to find a different way to get a Rune Full Helm now, unless I wanted to try killing more Obor. Well, that didn't take very long at all. Here is the Dragon Defender, and there is the hard task for equipping it. So I killed around 78 Cyclopses in total, 62 were the ones upstairs, and just to note, the drop rate is 1 in 12 with the 4 times rate. So I got a bit lucky there. I got, the 7 defenders in the rate of around 5, and then I came down here, killed 16 more, and got the Dragon Defender, which is a 1 in 25. So decently lucky, although I might kill more of these for the Rune Full Helm, because I never bothered to get it. I just killed, I think it was like 6 adamant armors, and I got 900 tokens, and I didn't even use even half of them, so yeah, probably was definitely not worth my time getting the Rune Full Helm. But these guys do drop a Rune Full Helm, and there is a couple tasks for it, so I might kill some more and just stock up more Dragon Defenders, because why not? But yeah, there's the Dragon Defender down. I guess I'll probably work towards Haunted Mines soon. I had a feeling that was going to happen. So I've been working on a bunch of quests. I did Contact, A Taste of Hope, even Witch's House, and I finally decided it was time to stop putting off Haunted Mine and do that. And I figured, well, I might as well also come and do the Lair of Tarn so I could get the upgraded version. And of course that gives 5k Slayer experience, which when times by 12 is a lot more Slayer experience, and got me to 58 Slayer, so I can go right for Cave Horrors right now. Though since I still have an Anku task, it's probably better to finish them off and see if I could get a Cave Horror task before doing it anyway. So I'm just going to probably head over to Anku's finally. Oh, I didn't even realize that was a task. But yeah, I have my Enchanted Salve aimment now. I'm going to kill a Terror Dog before I leave for the Diary task, and finally get on to Slayer. Well, as you might expect, I ended up taking a few more detours before getting to that Anku task and back to Slayer. Pretty much, when I got the Salve aimment, I figured it was a good time to get some of the Shade Remains I'll need for tasks later. I'm saving to burn them, but it was a good way to train up some strength, and I figured, well, might as well do that sooner. And I also did a good bit of fletching, because I wanted to get some range upgrades like the Magic Short Bow and whatnot. So yeah, I got those, got back to the Anku task, and I was not able to get a Cave Horror task. I did try to skip a bit for it, but now I'm here to try and get myself a Black Mass, so hopefully it doesn't take too long. Well, this is not what I expected to get here, but there is a loop half of key. I believe this is the last piece I needed to make the crystal key for the crystal chest, and while I have since got Dragonstone, so that's not a big deal, I do still need to open the chest, I think for a task and also for the diary. I think it's actually the last task I needed for the Falador Medium Diary, so yeah, really nice to get. And there we are. That didn't take long at all. It actually was 64 kills, which I think is actually half the drop rate. I think it's 1 in 128 with my drop rate modifier, so that's great to see. However, I don't think I'm going to be doing a ton of Slayer right now, because I'd much rather wait until I get the next relic so I have the 12 times experience, or not 12 times, 16 times instead of 12 times, before doing a bunch of Slayer. However, when I was skipping for a Slayer task, I did get a Calphite task, so I think I would like to put this new Black Max to use by getting a Calphite Queen kill, but first I do think I would like to complete Beneath Cursed Sands so I could get the Karis Partisan, since that should help a lot. Well, this changes my plans a bit. There is a Jad task. So I have been working on Slayer. I did the 1 Calphite Queen kill and finished up the Calphite task, and I decided it would be kind of cool to end off this episode by getting the Black Mask, because I'm close to a 10-point streak, or a 10-task streak, which will give me a bunch of points. And on the final task I need for the streak, I get a Jad task. So I guess I'm going to be ending off this episode by getting a Fire Cape and a Slayer Helm. So I wanted to do a couple things to prepare for the Jad task. The first was I had some Dragon Bones off a Steel Dragon task, so I used it to get 60 prayer, which was base 60s. Also in the same task, I managed to get some Rune Limbs, so I was able to fletch and equip a Rune Crossbow for some other tasks. But another thing I did have on my list of things to do for the points was to do a Barrows run. And I was thinking, there's not really much of a reason to put off Barrows. I'm not going to wait all the way to my tier 8 relic to do this for the 5 times drop modifier. So I might as well send some now, because I'd rather not do a fight cave in Initiate if I could. It would be really nice just to have like a tank leg even, especially a Varric skirt. So yeah, let's see if I can get lucky on my first chest, and maybe to try a few more to see if I can get a piece of tank armor. And for my first chest of the league, also, I got the Ectoplasm Manor from Soul Wars a bit ago, but my first chest is, I actually got an item, a Guthan Spear. That's not shabby, not too shabby at all. Guthan might be pretty useful later on. Actually, the Spear would probably be pretty good for TOA. I remember hearing some people talk about that, so I think equipping it Yep, that's another task. And yeah, 94 strength, 97 stab, and all styles actually. So it actually comes pretty close to the D long, although this would actually be better on stab, I guess. I don't know. It's something I'll have to look into a bit more later. But yeah, that's pretty good for my first chest, and I guess I'm going to send a few more just because there's a trick with last recall too. So pretty much I can teleport to my house, it's save a location at the chest, I can go back to Barrows using my Globetrotter here, and then I can kill the brothers, and then when I kill the final brother, I just go right back to the chest for the sixth one. So yeah, should be pretty quick. Let's see if I can get more items. Oh hey, well there's a good item, but not really good for doing a Slayer task Jad attempt. But hey, a piece of Arax. It's definitely will probably come in handy later. And no, also 50 collection log slots. Didn't realize I was that close to it. That is exactly what I was hoping to get here, a Verax skirt. So this is going to be a pretty massive upgrade over Initiate, and probably not even lose that much prayer bonus. I think Initiate's the same as Monks, which is like +5, and I think the skirt's +4. Let's find out. So let's see, I go down, yep, just 1 prayer bonus, and look at how much defense I gain. This will be massive for the fight caves. Okay, so this is the chest after the Verax skirt, an Aram skirt, and a Torag's hammers. I mean, it's at least 2 clogs, and Aram's skirt will be very good later on, but not very useful at this exact moment. But still really cool to see a double chest so early, and yeah, I'm actually not sure how much more barrows I'm going to do. I actually think I might just call it there, end on a high note, and get ready for fight caves now, because I don't even know if there's... I mean, the Verax Brassard or Tank Body wouldn't have been bad, but I don't think there's that much better than the Verax skirt I can really hope for, so yeah, let's get ready for fight caves. We'll end up doing some AFKing over the past day, and part of me really wants to wait for the next tier of relic before doing fight caves, but I said I wanted to do it now, and might as well just send it now anyway. Also, the clips before this one were all filmed within the first week of the league, so I don't know, I think pretty good progress for the first week. Anyway, so yeah, this is the inventory I'm going with. It's a little weird, but if you look at my stats here, I don't know, it should be fine. I have the Obby shield for a switch for when the Rangers come out, so, you know, I can tank them a bit better. And I decided to bring the Initiate Body just because it's so much more prayer, but it's a lot less range defense. So it'll probably be what I use in the earlier ways when I can just, you know, pray without having to worry about defenses. This should be plenty of prayer potions, hopefully enough food. I have the Ancient Staff here with Blood Blitz. I decided not to bring Burst just because it would take another inventory spot, and I can't do Barrage yet. So, I don't know, hopefully that'll help me heal up if I really need it. But yeah, the next clip you'll see is me out here with the cape or without the cape, because I do not think it's wise if I record during Jad. If you see me fight Jad in some of my previous videos, yeah, it's not the best, and also I usually play on a smaller screen size, so yeah. But hopefully Jad goes well, and yeah, wish me luck. Nothing like your first melee Jad in, you know, like years, probably since the last Trailblazer, to get your heart racing, but yeah, I managed to do it. It wasn't even that hard, I don't know, just, like I said, first melee Jad I've done in a while. I was afraid I was going to mess up or, you know, not out DPS the healers, but it went pretty fine. And here is the Fire Cape, which is a League's task, and also a Karamja Elite Diary task, which I probably won't be getting to for quite some time. But yeah, there's one more thing I need to do now, though. Well, it costs a hefty sum of Slayer points, but there is the Slayer Helm completed for another medium task as well. I'll definitely need to get it imbued, but that's going to be something to worry about next episode, as well as finishing up the Tier 7 relic here. The Fire Cape definitely helped get a lot closer to it than I was expecting to do, at least not yet. So, yeah, and also to end off the episode, let's see. I mean, I know Duradel's right there, but get another Slayer task? Duradel? Black Dragons. I actually was waiting for that because there is a task to kill 30 Black Dragons in Taverley Dungeon, or in Asgarnia, so now I can do it on task. So I guess that's what I'll be starting next episode with. So anyway, thank you all for watching, hopefully you enjoyed, and until next time, goodbye.